Connection established.
Yeah, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Mr. B here, running a unscheduled show tonight. Just got a call from my good friend, Neil Warden. He's the castle dude, and he's at Beeston Castle at the present moment. And, well, how's it going there, Neil, with you?
Hello, Terry, Mr. B. Thank you for having me on your show. Yeah, it's going extremely well. I'm here live at Beeston Castle. As you can see, I am literally in the epicenter of the castle. You can see it behind me. And this is the business end. And this castle was built and completed in 1230. So it's nearly 1,000 years old. And it's got some interesting history. It was built by the Earl of Chester. And then Richard II, one of his relatives, when he was on the throne, he was captured and imprisoned here. And it's believed that some treasure of Richard II was right here in this well. Now, many people have tried finding it over the centuries. No one has. So it still could be down there. He was actually imprisoned by his cousin, Henry IV. So there really is no love lost between royal relatives, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, whatever. That's why it was called the medieval period, because it was brutal.
It sounds pretty windy there, Neil.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally on top of a hill. I'll show you. This castle was built, and I still don't have one of those microphones. I still need to get one. I will get one eventually. I'll learn my lesson soon enough. But we're on top. This castle was built here, and luckily now I am the only one here. This castle was built because of its natural defences. It's on a massive rocky outcrop. Now, let's try and spin you round so you can have a good panoramic view of where the castle is. So let's go to the main camera at the back. There we go.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. Here you can see where I'm standing. This is in the keep of the castle. There was the entrance where I came in. The well's just over there. Here we can go around these ruins here. There's a bedroom through there actually. But I want to here quickly and show you the natural defense. We're up on a massive hill. You see that?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. You can see people coming for miles and miles. And that's all the way around. That's Cheshire countryside. We're in Cheshire, which is just north of where I live in Shropshire. The main county town of Cheshire is Chester, which is a Roman town. And this was an incredibly important castle. We'll have a look in and around the ruins now, because we've only got about 10 minutes before the castle closes. And
Well, it's
I've just
quite so what they call a fly-by-night show tonight, eh?
It is. It's a quickie, as they say in England. That's what she said. And here we've got a textbook, Archer's Window. I remember coming in here before. This is a window seat here. So this is where you could sit down, and I'm pretty sure this would have been a room. So the walls would have come round, and there would have been a roof here, and this would have been a room. And we'll go around. We'll continue around the perimeter. We'll go around this way. You can see, I mean, considering how old it is, look at these blocks. They're sandstone. But the intriguing thing for me was when I came in, somebody said that a couple of sort of treasure hunters came along with metal detectors, and they actually found some medieval treasure. But they were caught by the police and they got prosecuted. So anything that's found on these grounds belongs to the castle, belongs to English heritage. There, look at that for a view.
Yeah, but usually when they find treasure, there's usually a 10% commission or anything. So I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, if treasure was found on this ground, it would go to a museum. If it was found on public land, for instance, ultimately it belongs to the Crown. So they have their department that deals with that, and then they decide what happens with it. Look at that for a view. That's how thick the cat wall is.
Right. Yeah.
And then look at that for a view.
Nice.
So you can see an army coming from miles and miles around.
And that was actually built during the Roman period, as you said.
No, this castle was built it was completed in the year 1230.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
So that is smack bang in the medieval period.
Right.
William the Conqueror came over in 1066, and that was the beginning of the medieval period. And then this castle was around at the time of Henry IV and Richard II, which were William's descendants. They were both French. Look at that from a view. You can see here. Look at that. How beautiful is that?
Looks totally different to Australia, mate. I mean, all that nice green grass down there.
Yeah, you've got all this beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. And then you've got the clouds coming through, the sun coming through the clouds. You can see the light. Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. Here's another section, another corner section. It says here, we've got a safety. No military, no climbing, please.
Yeah, no climbing.
Here's another room.
Yeah.
Little room.
I've got my dog barking in the background there.
Oh, that's all right. I wondered if this is if you like the gatehouse to the keep. This is where you can go through, and there's a drawbridge. So we'll look at this. Hello to anyone watching wherever you are.
The wind is getting worse, mate. The wind is getting worse.
Yeah, it's very windy. Here's an internal part. However, it's a bit flooded, but you can see the shape of the archways. This is a little turret that are inside now.
Right. Okay.
You can see through there. There's an archer's window through there.
Yeah, I can see them.
You can actually go in, but I'm not going to because it's flooded out because we've had so much rain. About 3 inches of water there. You can get a pretty good idea, and that's what remains of it. It would have been much higher than that.
Right.
And you can see there's a big archer's window there. And this is the pièce de résistance. I'll walk back so you can get a good view. That's the main entrance there that you walk through, and we'll go through because it's a stunning view on the other side. And this reminds me, it's very windy, so you'll have to excuse me. This bit reminds me of Game of Thrones, because this would have been a drawbridge back in the day, and they built this bridge. But look at that for a view as you come through. Look at that, and there's the imposing turrets there. So had you been successful and got this far up to this bridge, you would have been faced with this either side, and you'd have just got peppered either side. Right. You wouldn't make it through unless they wanted you to. And here you can see there's the castle there, or the bailey, the inner keep, and here is what remains of the moat. So you can see how they've dug out the earth there. Yes. And that right there would have been filled with water. So you've got extra, and this bridge obviously wouldn't have been here. There would have been a drawbridge. So good luck trying to climb from there when you're heavily armoured, going down into water and trying to get up there. It's not going to happen, really. Siege ladders, but obviously, again, many casualties will be taken for one person to come over.
Has there ever been any battles there? Has there ever been any battles there at all?
Funnily enough, this castle was never used in anger. So there was never actually, it was built, but it was never actually besieged, or because of it, I think because of its location. Right. And there was another castle in the distance. Now, I don't know if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? I'm not sure on the cam. I might not be able to, but if you zoom in right there is another castle on top of a hill, right? Which is actually closed to the public to view as a castle. It's actually a hotel, but that was built by the same guy that built this castle, the Earl of Chester, and he had a bit of a funny name. It was Ranulph Blondeville or something like that. It was a French name. Right, fair enough. Yeah, and where I'm walking now is just down the hill, because we're gonna. It's 4 o'clock now, and they'll be shutting up. So I don't want to get locked in. So we're just gonna walk down here. Okay. But when we go through on the other side, I can show you they've actually built a Victorian visitor centre, because this castle, because it wasn't used, the owners back in the Victorian times decided that it would be a good idea to turn it into an attraction. So they created a Victorian medieval style gatehouse down at the bottom. Okay. And kind of they held activities such as fetes or carnivals and stuff like that, all in this land here. And there you can see there's the castle in its entirety. That's where we've just come from. And then all throughout here, there would have been medieval houses, blacksmiths, farmers, agriculture, tanners, you name it. This would have been a little town back in the day. And you can see there is evidence as we're walking down where buildings and structures would have been. We'll go around the perimeter, I think.
As I said, don't get locked in.
No, I know. I'll have to climb out.
You would say,
Is anyone watching, Terry, or is it just us?
It's quiet. It's quiet, mate. I didn't give any notice, It's just a kind of spontaneous show tonight, I've got three people looking at the moment, so.
Oh, sound. Yeah, I was going to say it's because we're just
doing from Facebook at the moment.
We're just too popular, so it doesn't register on the numbers.
Hey, listen, mate. I enjoy doing this. I don't kind of chase numbers, sort of thing. Yeah?
No, I don't. I don't really care if anyone watches or not. I mean, it's just a bit of a hobby,
Yeah,
and
I
I
enjoy
love.
doing this.
Yeah, I mean, look at these beautiful trees. I will come up to these trees quickly,
Mm.
Because these have been here for a good few hundred years.
Yeah.
See, look at that. That is a big tree. Beautiful tree. And then there's another one here in a V shape. Stunning tree. Stunning in the sunlight as well.
Mm.
And there's another big one. That's what she said.
Yeah. No one's carved on the trees, I see, but never mind.
Any graffitis? We'll have a look and see if anyone's put sort of TB for so and so. Or they probably put NW for someone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, there's another tree. That's it. Unusual. You can see that's been lopped off at some point.
Yeah.
That's a tall one. But all throughout here, this landscape, you can see it's just left to nature now.
And the castle, when you put the phone on the castle there, I mean, it's a nice backdrop there, isn't it? You know, it's
beautiful. That's a beautiful backdrop. Yeah, it is.
Lovely.
It's an amazing castle. We'll head further down, and you can see. I mean, if you're an army trying to get in there, you've got to struggle with this hill. You're heavily armoured. You're carrying weaponry. You're going to be knackered by the time you get up there, and then you've got to fight fresh soldiers that are ready and primed. You haven't got a prayer, you know. And here's an interesting feature. I don't know what it is. It's another well. Can you see that just there?
Yes, I can.
There's another well, and that well is actually connected to the well that we saw in the castle.
Right.
And yeah, so I won't go down there because it's a bit muddy. But yeah, there is treasures, there is medieval artifacts still here. But English Heritage own the castle. And here's the outer Bailey wall. We didn't get to see this, but we'll quickly go and have a look at it. I'll have to mind my footing because it's a bit slippy. There you can see the wall. It goes all the way around there.
That would have circled that wall. I gather would have circled the castle.
It goes all the way around the hill, all the way round. And here's kind of a lookout. It would have been a little tower, almost like a watchtower. We can go in, see what we can see. There you go. There's an archer's window. And there again, you've got an archer's window there. And then that tower would have been probably 3 times the size of what it is today. And we'll just follow the wall round. Beautiful day, actually, when the sun's out. We've had rain this morning, so it is pretty muddy. There's still a couple of people dotted around, so I don't think I'm at any risk of getting locked in. Here's another. It would have been a little tower here. Right. And here, because we've just had Easter in this country, you can see there's a little notice board there talking about hot cross buns. And they were introduced in 1793. The catchy rhyme, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns, became very popular and encouraged people to buy the spice buns. People thought these buns were magical. They believed they never went mouldy. They brought good luck and maybe even cured some illnesses. So there you go. That's where the hot cross buns come from, 1793. And they are a delicacy over here. And you can literally.
I think they're a delicacy everywhere, mate. So
yeah, you can buy them all year round as well.
That's right.
Not just at Easter. And here again, health and safety. Please
G'day,
keep
hey,
off
by the
the
way,
wall.
g'day, Aussie Ange.
Angie, how you doing? You all right, Ange?
Well, we're actually viewing what was it, Beeston Castle. Whereabouts in Sussex, did you say?
Cheshire.
Cheshire, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, hey,
Cheshire.
I'm geographically on a different part of the world here, mate. So
I know,
please,
and
excuse me.
here you can see here's a big bit of the castle. This would have come round and continued. You
Right.
can just see the extent of it. And this is the entrance to the outer keep. So this bit here is the outer keep here.
Right.
And you would have had two towers here, one there, one there. There's the thickness of the wall. Here you can get a good look. This is how thick the wall is. I'm walking through now. You can see there, they did a little Easter egg hunt for the kids. They're dotted all around.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. And it's, you can come and walk your dogs here. There's benches, like there's a bench over there. You know, it's a lovely little walk. It's a bit hilly.
When you look at the bricks on these castles, you know, they're pretty labour intense, aren't they? Really, would
Yeah,
have taken
you've got
ages.
you've got to imagine all this material, all this stone and everything was basically carried somehow up this hill. I mean, that's a task in itself. Then you've got to excavate the foundations and then build it, you know, on top of a hill when it's really windy, exposed to all the wind and rain and everything. So, I mean, it's how they did it, I do not know. But they did.
Yes, it's wonderful. And my dog's still barking in the background there, letting his voice be heard. It's waiting for its
You
mum
can
to come
see there's they've got lights there, so they've got security lights just in
Right.
case when it gets locked up, because they are. I mean, I think in Australia you call them ratters, where they go in and try and, you know, but over here we just call them. Oh, actually, I don't know what they call them. Burglars, thieves, essentially.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that tree there. Isn't that?
It's just an
That
oldie,
is
isn't
a
it?
good one. That is a beautiful old tree, all the way up there. That's huge.
Right.
That's a couple of 100 years old at least. You can see the beautiful, and down there's a farm. There's a little building. There's a farm, and we're heading down to the visitor section, which is just around the corner.
Yeah, well, don't you slip, mate, on that path there.
No, it's all right. They've got these little corrugated grips. If
Oh,
you can
right.
see, you can see them. So it's
Yep.
pretty grippy. Yeah. And then just in front there, you see that part of the castle.
Yes, certainly.
That is actually built in the 1800s,
Right.
but it's built in the medieval style. And that's you've got the toilets, the main entrance. You've got a museum, a souvenir shop, and then over there in the distance, around the corner, is a little cafe, which is shut now. So, yeah, we can actually. Do you want a quick look inside the museum? We can have a look at some of the displays.
If you can.
Quickly. Yeah,
just,
we can.
Yeah, just think about your connection while you're there, okay?
Yeah, it should. We'll have a go. If it's no good, then I'll just come back out and then we'll have to end the stream. But
Okay,
I'll
no
quickly
worries.
go in. We should be okay. See how cool it is, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, we'll have a quick whistle stop tour. Just quickly spin round.
Well, it looks like we lost connection. Never mind. You'll be back in a moment. Well, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is something you don't see every day. As a truth seeker, I'm usually into ufology and things that go bump in the night. And it's good to break away from that sort of thing and start looking at castles and things like that. It's wonderful.
I'm
Yeah,
here,
mate, you
Terry.
did lose connection. You did lose
Yeah,
connection in there, my friend.
yeah. I think the best thing because it's closed now and the staff want to go home. So what I'll do is, there you can see me. We'll have to edit.
Oh no!
The stream's just gone viral because I showed up.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so
mate.
that was Beeston Castle. It was very short and sweet, but it was a bit of a spur of the moment castle whistle stop tour. I'll try and do another one, a longer one at some point very soon. And until then, Aussie Ange, hello.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good that you dropped in, Ange. Really good to see you.
Please, good to see you, Ange. Yeah. And
we'll have to get her on the show sometime to voice her opinion.
Ange, you'll have to come on alive, and terrorise myself and Terry.
Yeah, and hey, we can share our experiences. I'm an experiencer myself there, Ange. So
yes. It'd be good. You two can kind of share experiences. Yeah. That'd be good.
Anyway,
and you can
listen.
Anyway,
I'll catch up with you in about half an hour there.
Do you want to see my tattoo? Look at that.
Oh my God! Here we go. He's a mark man. My God!
Look at that.
Yeah, he's a mark man. That's for sure.
Anyway, I'm going to go now because the staff want to go home. So yeah. All right. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Suddenly, out of the blue, Neil just called and says, "Hey, I'm out of casting. Do you want to join in?" I said, "Why not? Well, let's do it." Anyway, you cheeky bugger. Okay. Anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch up with you guys later on. Okay. Here we go. Have a good one. Bye-bye.